Hello, my beautiful tribe. My name is Emily Potter, the director of the Lightworker Musicians Tribe and the Million Kisses Foundation. This is our tribe training that I am calling the 3 changes to raise your vibration around money in order to fulfill your musical calling. I'm going to first tell you who this training is not for. This training is not for anyone who wants to remain normal. This is particularly not for you if you want to stay hidden and you're not ready to come out yet into the world. So this is not your training. So you can go ahead and not listen if you want to stay normal and hidden. This training is also not for anyone who wants to know more about my mentorship program. I will not be talking about my mentorship program because these are the 3 changes that qualify you to even know about the mentorship program. And I say that because you are taking yourself seriously when you actually invest in the mentorship program with me. And I won't even get on the phone with you unless you actually say and apply the 3 changes I'm going to talk about today. So if you are even curious at all about the mentorship program, that's the next step. This is not that training. If you're listening and you want to know more about the mentorship program, this is not this training. This is the 3 changes that you can start to apply so that you can even get on the phone and go and qualify for that. The third is that this training is not for anyone who feels content in a 3rd-dimensional monetary system. This means that if you are going to your job and you invest your time and energy into a job and the reward for that time and energy is that they reward you with money, and that's working for you, which is working for many, many people out there, this is not a training for you. This is for people who are suffocating in their jobs. They feel imprisoned in their jobs. And so this is not for you. So I'm going to share a little bit about who this training is actually for. This is for those of you who still worry about money and you are not taking leaps of faith into your musical calling because you're worrying about money. So this training is for you. If you are just stuck, you just don't know where to go next to stop worrying about money. You're saying things like this: I can't quit my job to live my soul's purpose. I can't invest because it's too expensive. I can't see how it would work out with my bills if I actually do my musical calling. If you're doing any of that kind of talk, this training is for you. So this training is for those of you who are tired of worrying about money. So if that's you, you can put yes in there, and I will be, actually, I'm going to look at the comments just periodically, so I'll come in. I would actually very highly suggest that you go get pen and paper, and for those of you who are already ready, you're already bolting to go get your pen and paper because you will want to write this down. This is a free tribe training for you to raise your vibration around money. Go get pen and paper, take it seriously, be a good student for yourself. So once again, I want you to hear that this training is not for you if you want to stay normal. Our Lightworker Musicians Tribe is doing the normal thing just for an era. That was a puppy. That was a puppy that made some noises. I think he's okay. But I'm dog sitting right now, so that might happen again, but we're just going to deal with it. So let yourself get into that place of knowing that the Lightworker Musicians Tribe, if you are actually just staying hidden, it's an era. It's a temporary situation that we're going to rectify in this tribe because you deserve to have an empowerment and people who support you to raise out of your normalcy, raise out of your mediocrity and your non-belief in yourself so that you can actually live the purpose that you're here to live. So if you're doing the normal thing and it's working for you, this is not the training for you. I'm taking a lot of time to say so that you don't waste your time. This is for people who are ready to take action. And even though this is a free training, this is just to empower you and inspire you to make these 3 changes part of your regular life so that you can start seeing the world more empowered. So go get pen and paper. You can even type in there if you actually have pen and paper in front of you and you're ready to take action by listening proactively. Okay. First of all, I want to tell you why I'm so passionate about this. I'm going to tell you one little segment of my story. So I quit my job in 2015. I worked for a medical center for the government. So as much system as I could belabor upon myself, I was doing the system. I was doing the undercover lightworker system, or undercover lightworker work inside the system. And I loved it. I loved my job. I loved the people I worked with. And I did that for about 7.5 years. I had other jobs before that, but that's the last job I had. And this is when my calling started to uproar inside of me, that it was such a cush job. I got paid very well. I got benefits. I had all of these wonderful things, but something started to feel awry. Something was not working inside of my heart, but I was too afraid to do anything about it. For years, I stayed. And then there's this one place at the job that I had my office in one location, and then I took this long corridor hallway to the other part of the building, and that's where my patients were that I worked with. So I would have to take that walk, and I'd say it was about a 4 or 5 minute walk. It was a long hallway. So that gave me time to think. That's when I didn't have anything besides just walking with myself, thinking about where I was and why I was still there. And I started to really despise that hallway. I started to call that hallway the walk of misery. Every time I had to walk and get out of my little office to go to to see my patients. I love my patients. It's not about them. It's about me being out of alignment. I had to actually stop and be in my thoughts, and that's when it was torture. The walk of misery down that hallway was one of the best things I could do to get uncomfortable enough to look at my reality. Why was I still there? Why was I not quitting my job? Why was I so afraid that I wasn't going to make it when my calling was calling me? So the reason why this is such an easy thing for me to talk about is that I act as if I'm talking exactly to the past me. If you are in a job where you say, I'm not supposed to be here for very much longer, but I don't know where else to go. I don't know what else to do. I don't know the steps to get out of this prison. And even though I want to say again, I want to reiterate, I loved my job. It's not about that. It's about your calling, asking you to be brave. Did you hear that? I loved my job, but my calling was asking me to expand out and be brave and to trust my heart. This is way bigger. This is way bigger than money. And you don't know that yet if you're still worrying about money. So that's a little bit about why I'm so passionate. It's almost like I am going back in time and offering myself the encouragement and the empowered tools. So some of you are in that position now, and I want to empower you with some shifts, with some changes that you can start making so that you feel liberated and empowered enough to be more powerful than your bills, than money. So here we go. We're going to go right into the 3. Now, this is a very interactive training if you desire it to be. So you can ask questions, and if you're watching, and then I can see if I can answer them here. But if not, then please be in touch with me. Ask your questions. Share with me where you're feeling the most stuck, and then we will be in touch that way in a private message. This is the way that I serve my tribe the most, and I'm going to share with you that lightworkers, the greatest healing work that you can do, think about this, the greatest healing work that you can do for the planet, for humanity, is to raise your own vibration around money. And I'll tell you just like off the cuff a couple reasons why. You're not going on tour because it's too expensive. You're not quitting your imprisoning job because you're too scared. Those two alone. You're not making your album because you don't know how you're going to make it, and da-da-da-da-da. You're all of these things, money. You're basically stuck in a 3rd-dimensional way of looking at money, so that your light work as a 5th-dimensional light worker is not in place. You're just completely imprisoned by your worries. And if you're done with that, you will start to know that you're more powerful. So that takes practice. It takes time. It takes energy to really invest in yourself in that way. So doing your work, raising your vibration around money, not the fake kind, not the kind that you just say the pretty words and then inwardly in your bedroom you're scared and you're frantic about money. Now, don't do that. We want the real deal, imprinting down into the DNA level that you are done worrying about money. Money is not something that you worry about anymore. I cannot remember the last time I worried about money. And it's not because money situations don't come into my world that I would have to handle. I still get to do the third dimensional human thing. That's still very much happening. But the energy has rose so that it's not about, it's just not a thing. I don't remember the last time I worried about money. Do you want that to be your story? You can push yes if in the comments if you'd like. Yes. I don't want to worry about money anymore. I want to do my full-time soul's purpose without worrying about money. If that's what you want, then we're going to apply these 3 changes. Now, at the same time, I'm going to be giving you these 3 changes. I want you to offer yourself one of the greatest gifts, that you're going to take an action step. And I like the words massive and immediate. Taking a massive and immediate action step. That's pretty incredible. People who do it are the ones that are rising and raising their vibration around money. Those who aren't are staying normal and staying scared. So which one are you? All right, I see some people saying yes, 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 huzzah! I'm not content with like 6 exclamation points. All right, I'm gonna go check on the puppy, and in the meantime, you're gonna make sure to go get your pen and paper. This is live, so this is what it looks like. Pen and paper, and then I want you to take this moment, because nothing's on accident. Take this moment as I go check on this puppy, that you say to yourself, I'm taking a massive and immediate action step. Go ahead and breathe that in as I return. Puppy's great. Who did it? Who did it? Let us know. You're taking a massive and immediate action step, breathing that in. This is yours to claim, tribe. You really are this powerful. You really get to know that the name of this call, the name of this training is that your soul's purpose, your calling, is more powerful than your bills. If you don't know that yet, you have a very exciting journey, and you have a lot of empowerment in this tribe to actually claim that. So, number 1, who's ready? Again, I encourage you to ask questions along the way. If we don't get to them during this, then you get to know I want to be in touch with you after this training. First of all, acknowledge. This is not one of the 3 changes. Acknowledge that your frequency around money is low. Acknowledge it. And the reason why I want you to acknowledge it is that that's your baseline. This is where we're starting from. If you're worried about money more than 3 minutes, you can have 3 minutes. Give yourself 3 minutes to be like, oh no, I don't know what to do. Ah, la, la, la. Time yourself. 3 minutes of worried about money. Oh my gosh, I don't know. Ah, la, 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 all of those things. And then on the 4th minute, you're done. If you're still worrying about money even more than 3 minutes and 1 second of your life, your vibration around money is low. And you are not claiming yourself as a powerful, I call you a powerful world consciousness leader. You're not. So baseline, acknowledge it. And if you are actually still, going up and flowing, you're on your path, then congratulations, do that. And then start to apply these 3. Number 1, see, the thing about these changes is that I'm not going to tell you anything I haven't been saying every single day in this tribe. I want you to listen to everything with new ears. The mentors out there that I listen to talk about a beginner's mind. Put on a beginner's mind as if you've never heard this before. Everything I'm going to say here, these 3 changes, are things that I've been saying this whole time because these are the changes. These are the ones. These are the ones that work, or at least they've worked for me. And I'll say again that I'm talking to a past version of me who's still stuck in the job. I'm going around in a lot of circles here because I'm not in any hurry. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing more important to me or you than this. So as much as I need to say the words and to show you how passionate I am about this, I'm going to do that. And it's fun for me. I'm glad to be here. Number 1, change. I'm doing whatever it takes. Write it down. Change number 1. Not I'm going to think about doing whatever it takes. Not I see that that's the tribe motto and it sounds good. No, the words I'm doing whatever it takes. The word doing is profound. And I also want to acknowledge that it's one of the most powerful phrases you can possibly say in your lifetime. For those of you who actually have claimed the words I'm doing whatever it takes, you can tell us in the comments here what it's done for you to actually claim that. I'm doing whatever it takes. So here's some examples of how the words whatever it takes becomes the answer to every question from now on. Every single question that ever comes into your crazy mind about your soul's purpose, the answer is always, I'm doing whatever it takes. It's pretty brilliant, actually. So here it goes. How much does it cost? Whatever it takes. How much does it cost to fulfill your musical calling? I'm doing whatever it takes. So double it. That's something that I told my mentor. When I actually knew that I got to have steps for my musical calling to be manifest, she told me how much it was, and I said, I don't. It was exorbitant according to a lot of people's way of looking at money, but I'm like, I could not care less. Double it. And she started to laugh. Double it. I don't care. I'm doing whatever it takes. Another question you might have is, what will I have? This is a good one, you guys. A very good one. What will I have to give up in order to live my soul's purpose? What will you have to give up in order to live your calling? What's the answer? Go ahead and put it in the comments. What will you have to give up? I'm doing whatever it takes. Whatever it takes is the answer. So think about that. Where are you feeling stuck on your path of why you're not fulfilled and living your purpose? That's the place that you get to apply change number 1. I'm doing whatever it takes. I'll tell you that I get to acknowledge how petrifyingly scary it is to say these words, and that's why they're so powerful. It means that you're letting your soul's purpose be more powerful than your bills. And if it's other things than your bills, then apply it to that. You're letting your soul's calling be more powerful than anything else. But I like to talk about money in this one because that's your right to do. That is your work to do, is to raise your vibration around money. So we talk about that a lot in this tribe, and I will continue to do so. What will I have to give up in order to live my soul's calling? I'm doing whatever it takes, whatever it takes. Another one, this is one of my favorites. I'll tell you why it's one of my favorites. What if the worst case scenario happens when I commit to my calling? The answer, I'm doing whatever it takes. Even if I have to live my worst case scenario. Oh, I see Lori Ryder wrote whatever it takes. And Sarah said, self-doubt is where you feel stuck. Oh, sister, you're so supported here. Keep leaning into that. Keep telling the truth about that. You're not the only one. Do not hide in that. That's not yours. That's not yours. It's something that you're trying on right now. I say this from my own experience. You get to do the self-doubt thing for a while. You get to feel how that feels and see how icky it feels so that you can then say, I'm done. And now I'm going to do whatever it takes. So I hear you on that one. That's like big one. We might even have to do a whole live video just about that soon. So the reason why I like the worst case scenario, I'll say it again, if this is yours. What if the worst, can't even say it without smiling. What if the worst case scenario happens when I commit to my calling? I love that one so much. It makes me want to sing and cry at the same time because tribe, pretty much every single one of my worst case scenarios after I quit my job has happened. You know what's so wonderful about that? I couldn't be more grateful. I lived through every single one of them, and this is why I can now talk to my past self and say, you lived and survived, and not even survived, you thrived, and you learned that you are more powerful than your worst case scenarios. That's power. It's worth it to say change number one. It's so worth it to say I'm doing whatever it takes. This, I'll tell you again, that this training is not for everyone. Some of you are going to stay exactly where you are. You're going to stay in the place of being normal. It's not normal to say whatever it takes. That's normal means things like I'm afraid and that's okay. So I better stay in my secure job and not think twice about it. That's normal. And blessings on it. That's why this training is not for everyone. All right, that's change number one. Does anyone have anything they want to ask? Oh, it's what I have to give up, right? You said it, not me. Actually, we both said it. I'm just here saying, yes. Whatever you want to give up, you're going to be replacing it with something greater. You already know what self-doubt feels like, Sarah. You already know. You're done. You're bored. It's boring. It's boring. It's boring to just doubt yourself all the time. Try something else on. Giving up self-doubt is saying, I'm doing whatever it takes so that you can have something else. That's change number one. All right, so I'm not in any hurry. So if you have things to say, this is your time. This is the tribe training. These are the 3 changes to even begin in our tribe. This is creating the culture of our tribe. There is no fear that will be remaining in this tribe. Every fear that comes in this tribe that you bring to the table is here to be eradicated and replaced with courage. So there's nowhere else for me to be, although I'm going to continue. But if you have anything else to say, please do, and we're going to address it. Change number 2. I'm going to just have you breathe it in. You don't even know what it is yet, but breathe in the energy of it. This is where everyone gets the most stuck, and it is so powerful to watch you shift it. To see the transition on this one. Breathe it in before I even tell you what it is, tribe. Change number 2, for you to know, I like to call it an unshakable knowingness. Have an unshakable knowingness that your calling is more powerful than your bills. It's this one. But I'm taking my time with it because it's an energetic shift. It's not just words. So for those of you who are going like this and opening up your energy, you're the ones that are going to make a difference. You're the ones saying, I'm done worrying about money. And you're here on purpose. Make this a ceremony. It's not just a lecture. Make this interactive. Let it interact with every cell. Believe in your calling, tribe. I believe in your calling. You joined a tribe of people who believe in your calling. It's not just words. It's true belief, and you can't fake that. And I can't fake that. It's real. It's pretty exciting. You're in the right place for that. Number 2, change number 2. Invest money into your calling. The reason why that's so powerful is that there's no greater way. I want you to imagine 2 parts, a battle, okay? So the battle is your calling and your bills, and they're battling, okay? And who's winning so often? The bills. The bills come first. So the greatest thing you could possibly do is to have your calling stand tall and say, I'm investing actual money. I'm actually going to not just fight against the money system. I'm going to invest. I'm going to put all of my attention, and I'm going to put all of the focus I can to invest inside of my calling. And so there's no fight anymore. You're investing money, actual money, into your calling. And even more so, you're stretching yourself out of your comfort zone to do it. Most likely you invest little tiny little bits into your calling, and that feels like enough. But if you're doing that, you're still staying a slave to the money. It's what I can afford. Now, I'm not telling you to go crazy. I'm not saying that, because it has to be within that empowered, aligned place. I get it. I want you to really hear the spirit of what I'm saying. Investing money into your calling is the shift, so that you know that your calling is more powerful than your bills. So whatever that looks like to you, you might decide to create a savings account for it. And so you do that. But one of the most important things you can do, no matter what actual financial 3D world that you do within money, is that you're empowering your calling with the actual 3D money. I know these things seem very, very simple, but this is where our tribe is. Here's where our tribe is, a lot of the tribe. You write to me and you say things like this: Emily, I know that you get to be my mentor, but I don't have the money. You do not qualify to be my client yet, because your soul's purpose, your soul said, I want to invest here. Your soul said it. Your soul said, I want to raise my vibration around money, and I believe and I feel a vibrational match with Emily. This is just an example. So if you feel like there's an investment here to actually put your money, then as soon as you come in, you then say, but I don't have it, I can't have it. You just gave all your power to money instead of giving your power to, I'm doing whatever it takes. Do you see this? So wherever you feel, wherever your soul is asking you to invest in yourself, apply the first change. I'm doing whatever it takes. This is where we get stuck, though, in our tribe, is you just stop. You just stop and say, I don't have it. And it's like you forget that you're a creator, tribe. You forget how powerful you are, and that's okay temporarily. That's being normal. That's being normal instead of being the world consciousness leader that you are. So go ahead and write in here if you want to share with us a time that you have invested in your calling and how it felt to you. Tell us about it. It can be very real. Tell us what that looks like, because this is my experience. I'm telling you again, I'm talking to a past version of myself. Whoever is in the same situation where you're walking the hall of misery at your job and it doesn't feel good. And so I want to make sure that investing in your calling, investing money, but money outside of your comfort zone into your calling is like walking through fire. And then one of the most amazing things is that you get on the other side and you look back, and it's amazing how if you can trust your calling, you can trust your soul that it led you to the right place. If you get this is the general feeling of change number 2. And if you have pen and paper, write it down. Invest, this is exactly the words I want you to write. Invest money into my calling. You can start out small. If you don't know how to stretch yourself too big, start out small. And cancel other things in your life. So if you're like, I just don't have any extra at all, then you start canceling subscriptions. You start selling your couch. You start doing things so that you actually can then invest money into your calling. And then you're not in any fight anymore. And your calling is getting fed and nourished. So start out slow and small and go from there. So yes, there you go. I see Dante said, I breathed it in, although I'm at a doctor's appointment with my mom. Well done, saying whatever it takes, that you're going to be here even though you're out and about. And it's not convenient to be here live with me, but you're here. Congratulations. Most of the time when our soul's purpose calls, it's inconvenient. That's my experience. And then what happens is the inner warrior comes out. It's not just, there's times for rest. I'm a big believer in resting, but there's a time to do whatever it takes. So Dante he's here even though it's not convenient. Fantastic. All right, number one, I'm gonna say again, I'm doing whatever it takes. It's the answer to every question you ever have ever again. This is the number one way you can change your vibration around money so that money never becomes more powerful. It's like this. The money is like this big monster, like asking all of this from you, and you're like, it doesn't matter how scary you are. This is what you're saying to the monster. It doesn't matter how much you roar. It doesn't matter how much it costs. The answer is always I'm doing whatever it takes. It's so powerful. It's ridiculous. And it's fun. Tribe. I wouldn't do this unless it was fun. I just wouldn't. So this is good for you to apply and put it into the imprinting nature of who you are. I'm saying the same thing over and over and over again so that it gets indented into your everyday world. Number two is to invest actual money in your calling. Wherever you feel a vibrational match, you want to invest money in the spirit of I'm doing whatever it takes. These are the two changes, okay? Number three. All right, we're gonna take a moment again. Go ahead and breathe in so far. Look down at your notes. I want you to know again that this is a ceremony. Everything about this tribe, even if it looks like it's just chit chat and live videos and things, it's a ceremony. This is your soul's purpose we're talking about. This is sacred ground. So this is a ceremony. We're breathing these in. We're letting them come in and not just come into your mind, not just your brain, but we're coming and letting them come into your heart. Start to see yourself being that person that says, I'm doing whatever it takes, and you can just imagine what will happen. You can imagine. And very often I share with you that you actually will get the same results that my clients receive. You don't know who my clients are unless they themselves tell you in the tribe. It's not my place to say, but they can. And it's so miraculous for me to see the shifts. And this isn't something that I made up. This is just my own experience that I'm ready to share with you. So you don't have to just imagine the changes. This is real. This is very real. This is you stepping up. And I'm going to share again that this is you not being normal. And this is all leading into shift and change number three. This is you not being normal anymore. Normal. If you're bored with being normal, if you're bored hiding, I did the hiding thing for a long time. It worked for me at the time, like if that's where you're at. But those of you who are here and listening all this time through these things, you might be bored with being the normal, and you're looking for the tools and the resources to step up and out because you're scared still. That's perfectly all right. The fear is very welcome here. We actually, my intent is whenever a fear does come in, that we can hold it and bring it in and be lovely to our fears and acknowledge, I'm afraid. And let those fears have its place, because then all it really is energy, and the energy just wants to shift and be shared where it can go instead. And so what we do is that we share what I do, how I contribute to the tribe is here are some resources, here are some tools, here are some shifts, here are some changes where you can replace the fear with something more useful so that you can actually live what you're here to live. So all of this is to bring you into the shift number three, the change number three. Now, I liked this title a lot. I call this shift number three, change number three, money alchemy. I like that. Those words work for me. Now, a lot of you may not know what that means, but basically it's a really beautiful way of saying I am shifting the energy and raising the energy around money. Now, if anyone knows anything about alchemy, you're basically turning you can turn it into gold. You can turn raw material into gold. So money alchemy, it works for me. It makes me happy to talk about money alchemy in this group. And one of the most important, so number three is to master money alchemy. Now, you may not know how to even begin. And this is where I want to share with you that if you decide to stay normal, then you can go talk to accountants and financial planners and third dimensional business people who give you a lot of tools and resources of how to be normal and how to have a secure way of doing life. You invest in a financial planner if you want to have the system work for you. I've done that. It works. It's great. So in the same light as that, you're investing in money alchemy in this tribe because you are not normal. So you need, I don't like the word need. You are investing in tools so that you actually can shift and raise your vibration around money in a fifth dimensional way. Because the third dimensional way, you already have all the tools for that. Go talk to your accountant. Go talk to the financial planners. There's a whole list and Google it online. But as a light worker musician who's ready to live your soul's purpose, but you just don't know how to, you have to actually know how to do money alchemy in the fifth dimensional realm because you're not just doing the normal thing anymore. So that's shift number 3. Change number 3 is to master money alchemy. Now, this is something that I was able to do and put together specifically for my tribe. And I'd say specifically for the past version of me. Since the day that I quit my job, I've been taking all of these notes because I've gone through all of the panic attacks around money, tribe. I've had devastating things happen. I told you all of my worst case scenarios happened since I quit my job. And knowing that I was going to create a map for people to be able to get out of this so that they don't have to suffer the way I did, I've been taking documents, writing documentation along the way. And so I've been putting this together for you to have something besides just talking to a financial planner. You actually want a fifth dimensional money alchemy map so that you can live your soul's purpose and have it be more powerful than your bills and to know how to raise your vibration with money. So mastering these. Now, if you've already watched the money alchemy masterclass that I have, then you're already one step closer. If you don't know where that is, then you get to private message me and I'll send you the link to that. It's a free 1-hour masterclass that I offer this tribe. For those of you who are actually wanting to master the actual tools and you're ready to do whatever it takes, then that's what I offer you. And what's really amazing about this is I want people to have it right now. So it's yours. It's yours. It's actually only $42. I don't know why you wouldn't do it. You'd actually just say whatever it takes. Doing whatever it takes with $42 so that you can start it and see it, trying it. This is available to you. The mastering of the money alchemy, tribe, is one of the greatest things you can do because it's way greater than just sitting and just listening to me and someone who's already gone through this. It's actually you taking it on. You're actually mastering money alchemy. Now, if you don't feel like you and I are a vibrational match and you're just here curiously, then find a place and find a mentor who can teach you these things. Because the worst thing you can possibly do is sit in your worry energy around money and continue to sit there and not live your soul's purpose. Wherever you're finding the vibrational match, your soul is asking you to expand and to take massive and immediate action. So if you're feeling a vibrational match in this tribe, then you are invited to private message me. So let's go over the 3 shifts again. This is the time if you have any questions or anything or comments, then go ahead and write that. I think I got all the ones so far. I'm glad you guys are here. We're gonna go through them. Maybe you have them memorized by now. And you're already making a plan in your head and in your heart of what you're going to do about it, because otherwise it's just a nice video. Lovely. You can tell that it's great and she really cares, but I'm too scared. Then you stay normal. So here we go. Number 1, you can just say it out loud with me on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm doing whatever it takes. For those of you who are ready to say it, you said it. For those of you who are considering it, keep considering it and keep leaning into the power of this tribe so that you can own it in every cell of your being. Change number 2 for you to do: invest money into your calling. Invest actual money. Let the vibration of money be an energy, not something that is scary. And do so outside of your comfort zone and keep making a habit of that. I want to say that again. Not just one time, tribe. This is your new way of being. If you would be in the private circles of me and my friends, you'd have a lot of fun listening to this. This is a way of being. A way of being is that there's nothing else to do besides invest money in your calling. Now, I recognize that there's bills along the way, and yet it doesn't matter because I'm doing whatever it takes. So if you have to pay bill, and it doesn't matter. You have this other part of you that says it doesn't matter how long it takes. It doesn't matter how much I have to give up. I'm doing whatever it takes, and I'm investing money outside of my comfort zone into my calling. And number 3, specifically for this tribe, is to master money alchemy. Money alchemy is the exercises, the experiences, the practices. So you're not just saying this one time in January 28th, 2020, you learned this wonderful little training. You're practicing it on a regular basis and applying it to your everyday situations. This is what money alchemy is specifically for this lightworker musician tribe. So that you don't have to just wonder how it's possible to quit your job and to live your calling. You don't have to wonder anymore. You can actually know with an unshakable knowingness. Those are the 3 changes. So I am complete. I am complete. That was really fun for me. Does anyone have anything you want to say? I see no questions per se. I just see a lot of comments, a lot of yeses, a lot of huzzahs. If you have anything that you want to follow up on, the energy here, then private message me. Private message me. Share with me where you feel stuck. And I encourage you, I challenge you, the place in you that's a warrior, I challenge you to do whatever it takes. I challenge you wherever you are feeling stuck, that you first voice it to me, voice it to the tribe, and then take massive and immediate action to overcome it. This is a new way of being with money. This is my experience. And for those of you who are the past version of me, where you are sitting in your jobs or any situation, doesn't have to be a job, whatever situation you're in, and you are feeling imprisoned and you're feeling like you're walking down the walk of misery and you're ready for something new because your calling keeps calling, there are many resources here, and I'm encouraging you to get those same results that I have given my clients and who are enjoying the benefits of it. So thank you for joining me today. I look forward to hearing from you. Private message me with your places where you feel stuck. And that's the follow-up that you can do for this live training. We are complete. And for those of you who are tapping in later, who are watching this later, go ahead and start applying them and let us know how it feels to start saying whatever it takes and start investing in yourself. For those of you who want to learn more about the money alchemy, the $42 money alchemy option, then please be in touch with me as well, and you'll get those same tools. Lots of love to my tribe as always. Thank you so much for taking your musical calling to the next level. You did that by being here right now. This is the beginning, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a wonderful afternoon.